Slomo and that Black Lives Matter were doing everything they could, even though most of the black people loved Slomo even more than the white people. But it was they had been misled by George Soros, of all people. A little funny looking man who's got a strange little personality going for him. But this was not the whole story. No. Very quickly, our medical fan of Slomo's got on the telephone and rang up one of Slomo's undercover men. Yes, who was it? You remember Jarvis, Jungle Jarvis, and his sidekick, the Wonder Woman. Well, the phone call went directly to Jarvis. Jarvis answered the phone, gave a password to. The other man responded with passwords only known to those who can be trusted. And the man said that the poor bag called Hillary was on her way, and that she had come down with a horrible disease, but he had revived her temporarily and she was back on the road. He had to revive her because he had taken an oath of some kind in medical school which he had forgotten. But he didn't know for sure if he could let her die peacefully or not. So he gave her the old rectal electrode charge, and that seemed to bring her to life. And she ran out of the room saying something that she was going to kill Slomo as soon as possible. And she jumped back into this contraption at the back of my place here, and pulled by a pickup truck. They took off, went down the freeway, and took off going west. That's the last I saw. Hillary she was all banged up. She had a lot of skin wounds. Had a very fierce look on her face. There were no wigs this time. She lost all the wigs out on the freeway, one of the people told me. Yes. That woman, Huma, was there. I'm afraid she fell out of the pickup truck and her arms and legs. And she's very angry about that. I wouldn't get on the dark side of that woman. Good luck, Slomo. We're all pulling for you out here. If they do kill you, we'll wait for you in heaven, or you'll wait for us, one way or the other. Over and out. Jeb McCoy. Oh, old Jeb. Yes, I remember him. Came out here to PB. He was thinking about blowing his brains out after his grandson had run across drugs. After the mafia had tracked him down in his witness protection, beat him up quite a bit. He was trying to recuperate. Yeah, I remember that day. He came up, I was skating by. I skated up and I said, you look like a man that's been on the victim side of a lot of recent encounters, even though I doubt you're a Democrat. You ain't playing the race card as far as I can tell, because you ain't no race that I can remember ever seeing or talking about. And he responded, I hear that you're the slow man, he said. Well, I'm getting ready to leave it and go into the next world, and I wanted to come out here and see what a happy man looked like before I did. And I said, well, Slomo said, you have come to the right place. You're looking at a happy man. Now remember, as one of these hippies told me once, Slomo, happiness used to be illegal in California. And if you vote for Trump, he says he believes in states' rights, you know. Now that's what the Civil War was fought about. They gave you the wrong history, of course, but last time states' rights we lost 500,000 men trying to keep states' rights, local rights. Globalism was on the march at that time too. Matter of fact, it was on the march in World War I. And it was on the march in World War II. And it's been on the march ever since. Yeah. You might say I'm a New Age hillbilly. Yeah, I believe in my own still. Sorry, it's in my nature. By the way, for right now, it's still my world. You ain't got it yet. You got a lot more tricks up your sleeve, but we know what you're doing. Alex Jones has made us very aware, and Trump's our man. If you don't kill him outright, you ain't got a chance. You ought to be embarrassed you can't pull anybody outside out of the woodwork except that disgusting person called Hillary Clinton. But she's going to have a reputation that's going to outlive the history of this country, I can tell you. It'll go down, they won't remember which country she was in at one time. She'll still be famous. They'll just know that who the hell the bad woman was. But anyway, killing Slomo. So there they were, going down the freeway again after she had been activated. She'd gone in a coma. She was suffering. She had a temperature from the skin abrasions, which were bleeding out some sort of staphylococcus and gonorrhea, and the smell that people had talked about through the years that had accompanied Hillary's person, and which was a puzzle to everybody that had gotten near it, and befuddlement to everybody that had to live with it or near it, such as him. And the other one that's always standing in the background, Cheryl Mills, yeah, that little entourage, happy-go-lucky, let's see how far we can go, criminal types. I gotta give them something. You know, she did the bad lady real good, just like Christ did the good man real good. If you want to see how bad you can be, that was pretty bad for a woman. It ain't really all that bad for a man, but it's bad enough to be a man. Yeah, she's up there with the men on this one. Unless Bill was the mind behind the whole thing. But if she's been the brains behind this whole thing, she could make it out there and actually kill Slomo, and then kill Slomo, and actually get back to Washington and become the patsy of those globalists who are holding the Trump down in the cellar in a dungeon, shackled to the wall in his underwear. And he hadn't changed his underwear there. I think they're going to give him a change today. That's what I heard by the grapevine. Alex Jones is still talking a mile a minute. He hadn't slept. He's manic. Some doctors were thinking that somebody ought to give him a salt block of lithium to lick or something like that. But he was manic as a goose and talking a mile a minute about globalism and nationalism. And he was pulling at the chain and running his head into the wall. Well, we'll get back. You know the definition of a promenade. It has to be two lines of people, okay? They're walking against each other like this, one going one way. And one line of people is staring at the other line, staring at their line. And it really, I don't know the real history of it going way back to ancient times, but it's some sort of